Hello dear students, today we'll start evaporation in this video. But before starting evaporation, I would like to clear doubt of one of my student. So one of my student has asked me this doubt. The question is, a glass tumbler containing hot water is kept in the freezer compartment in a refrigerator. Now the freezer compartment is temperature is less than 0 degrees centigrade. If you could measure the temperature of the content of the tumbler, plot its graph of temperature as a function of time. So here what the question is asking you, that suppose this is a refrigerator. You know that in a refrigerator there are two compartments. One is freezer compartment and second one is general compartment. Okay. In this freezer compartment we generally make ice and all that. So this is a glass tumbler containing hot water. It contains hot water. Okay, this glass bottle or tumbler, it contains hot water. Okay, now this tumbler is kept in this refrigerator, in this freezer compartment of this refrigerator. Okay, here this one is kept here. Now if you could measure the temperature of the content of the tumbler, plot its graph of temperature as a function of time. That means if you are putting something inside refrigerator, obviously the temperature of that thing will decrease with respect to time. Now this is hot water. Consider that you have a glass of hot water. You will put the hot water in your refrigerator. So what will happen? After certain time, when you open the door of the refrigerator, you see that hot water will become cold water. So that is the thing happens here. So suppose we plot a graph here, this one. So suppose this is the time axis and this is the temperature axis, because it is asking you that plot graph of temperature as a function of time. That means with respect to time how temperature changes. Okay, is not it? Now suppose the temperature of the hot water is, it may be 50 or 60, whatever it may be. So suppose this is the temperature of the hot water. Okay, at this point, when the hot water, before keeping the hot water inside the refrigerator, suppose this is the temperature of the hot water. Now as the time increases, the temperature of the hot water will decrease. Okay, now suppose at this point this is 0 degree centigrade. Okay, this line is 0 degree centigrade line. Okay, now as it is given that the freezer compartment in a refrigerator temperature is less than 0 degree. So if temperature is less than 0 degree, suppose we consider this point. So this is the temperature of the refrigeration compartment. So here it may be, we don't know what is the temperature, but let us consider it is minus 3 degree centigrade. Okay, here this is the temperature of the refrigeration compartment. This is 0 degree centigrade and this is the temperature of the hot water. So with respect to time, what happens that as time increases, the temperature of the hot water decreases and it will come to this point 0 degree centigrade. Okay, now here the picture of latent heat, here picture is latent heat comes into picture. You know that at 0 degree centigrade, water convert itself into ice. So at 0 degree centigrade, this is water, 0 degree centigrade water. Now this water will convert itself into ice. So 0 degree water will become 0 degree ice. So when there is a transformation of 0 degree centigrade water into 0 degree centigrade ice, it needs certain time. Okay, it needs certain time, although the temperature of the water will not increase. So what is the concept of latent heat? Whenever there is a change of phase, the temperature remains constant. It takes certain time to change its phase. So this is water. water at certain temperature reduces its temperature. At certain point it becomes 0 degree water. So from 0 degree water it leaves the latent heat, it emit the latent heat and becomes 0 degree ice. Now this is the temperature of the refrigerator. Now from here again the temperature of the ice, that is 0 degree ice, will decrease and it will acquire the temperature of the refrigerator. Okay, so this is the graph. Okay, so this is a very important question, so you should keep this one in mind. So here what happens, suppose the hot water, its temperature, suppose its temperature is 50 degrees centigrade, suppose. But this is not given in the question, but for the consideration, suppose it is 50 degrees centigrade. Now from 50 degrees centigrade, it will convert itself into 0 degree centigrade water. At 0 degree centigrade water, phase change will take place, that is 0 degree centigrade water to 0 degree centigrade ice. Okay, here it takes some time. It takes some time from 0 degree centigrade water to 0 degree centigrade ice. It is taking some time, but temperature remains constant. So this is 0 degree centigrade line. So this line is coming. Now, as the temperature of the refrigerator is less than 0 degree centigrade, so again its value will reduce to certain value, certain negative value. So we have considered here that negative value be -3. So from 0 degree centigrade to -3 degree centigrade, its value will decrease. So here from 0 degree centigrade, its value is decreasing to -3 degree centigrade. So this is the graph. Okay, now suppose here the hot water, its temperature is reduced to, rather than keeping this hot water in this refrigeration chamber, suppose it is kept under general chamber, and here suppose the temperature is 10 degree centigrade, suppose. So in this case what happens, so from here at certain temperature, suppose this is 50 degree centigrade, from 50 degree centigrade to 10 degree centigrade it will change. The graph will be like this. Okay, it will be like this. This is 50 degree centigrade, this is 50 degree centigrade, this is 0 degree centigrade, suppose this is 10 degree centigrade. Okay, so the graph will be like this, from 50 to 0 with respect to time. Now as because here the temperature is less than 0 degree, it is keeping like this. This is the change of phase, then the graph will come down. Okay, so I hope I'm able to clear my students doubt. So if I have cleared your doubt, please comment in the comment section. So now let us start evaporation. So particles of matter are always moving and are never at rest. So you know that this is water, we consider these two are hydrogen and this is oxygen molecule. So these inside any matter, it may be in solid state, liquid state, gaseous state, it doesn't matter, these particles are always moving here and there. Okay, so at a given temperature in any gas, liquid or solid, these are particles with different amount of kinetic energy. So at a given temperature, some material may be in gaseous state, some may be in liquid state, some may be in solid state. So depending upon the state of the matter, these particles with different kinetic energy. For example, at 10 degree centigrade, water is at liquid state, but at 10 degree centigrade, iron is at solid state. So the amount of energy associated with the particles of iron, which is in solid state, is not equal to the amount of energy associated with the particles of water at the same temperature. Okay, so in the case of liquids, a small fraction of particles at the surface having higher kinetic energy is able to break away from the force of attraction of other particles and get converted into vapor. So here what happens, suppose we consider this is the surface of water. Okay, in the surface of water, how the water is present? It is present in the form of different layers, layers after layers. So these are the water molecules of first layer. Okay. Now here there are different layers of water are there. Okay. Now if you consider these first layer of water molecules are getting pulled by the layers of water molecule which are present here. Okay. Now see, if you consider this layer of water molecule, this layer of water molecule is getting pulled in the downward direction, in the upward direction, because water molecules are also present here in the upward, in this direction. It is also getting pulled by the water molecule of the same surface, and in this direction also. So in all the direction here, if a water molecule is present, it is getting pulled. But here the water molecule is getting pulled by in the downward direction, in the left side and the right side. In the upward side there is no pulling force which is acting on it. Okay, so this force, pulling force, is getting balanced by this force. Okay, now this water molecule is getting pulled only in the downward direction. It is not getting pulled in the upward direction. So somehow it is not balanced. So a small fraction of particles at the surface having high kinetic energy. In this case, now see, this is atmosphere, this is air. Okay, the temperature of air is in general more than temperature of water. So due to the temperature difference, the energy is flowing from air to water. So this layer of water molecule is getting energized, is getting energy. Okay, and it is the motion of the particles is increasing continuously. Having high kinetic energy is able to break away from the force of attraction. Now, as because the layer of water is getting energy from the air, from the surrounding, so its state of vibration or the state of kinetic energy increases. Okay, as the amount of kinetic energy increases, it is able to break the force of attraction here, and it moves away. Okay, it leaves and it get deposited in the air. Okay, so the phenomena of change of liquid into vapor at any temperature below its boiling point is called evaporation. So here what happens, we know that in case of boiling, water boils at 100 degrees centigrade. That means water changes its phase from liquid state to gaseous state at 100 degrees centigrade. Now, in this case, the water molecule is getting free and it is mixing with air, which is happening below 100 degrees centigrade. Okay, so this is called evaporation, and this is the concept of evaporation. So evaporation happens below 100 degrees centigrade at any temperature. It can happen at any temperature. Okay, so there are certain factors that affect evaporation. What are the factors? First one is surface area. More is the surface area, more will be the rate of evaporation. Suppose you have a glass of water. Okay. Now here, if you keep a glass of water at night, in the morning you will see that water is still there. But if you pour this glass of water in the surface of your room, here if you pour this glass of water, in the morning you see that there is no water remains on the floor. Why? Because the surface of area of water here, it spreads. It is more compared to surface area of this glass of water. Okay. So as the surface area increases, the rate of evaporation also increases. Evaporation is the surface phenomena. If the surface area is increased, the rate of evaporation increases. Second one is temperature. So as the temperature increases, with the increase in temperature, more number of particles get enough kinetic energy to go into the vapor state. As I explained you earlier, this is the first layer of water. So these layer of water are already getting kinetic energy from the air, from its surrounding. Now, as you increase the temperature of the water, they are also getting energized by the given energy. They are getting energy from the air plus you are giving energy. That means they are giving more energy. So the rate of evaporation increases. Third one is humidity. Humidity is the amount of water vapor present in air. So what is the amount of water vapor present in the air? That is called humidity. Now you might have seen that if you keep cold water or ice in a glass, after certain time, in the outer periphery, in the boundary of the glass from the outside, small water droplets get deposited. So where this water droplet is coming? It is coming from the atmosphere. It is coming from the air. So we can say that air is having some water vapor. So what is the amount of water vapor present in the air? That is called humidity. The air around us cannot hold more than a definite amount of water vapor at a given temperature. So at a given temperature, the amount of water vapor present in the air is fixed. Suppose at 20 degrees centigrade, air can have a maximum amount of holding capacity of water vapor. Okay, in a room, you cannot expect that in a room there is 1 trillion liters of water vapor present in a room. That is not possible. Okay, so if the amount of water in the air is already high, the rate of evaporation decreases. Now see here, if this is the layer of water, if the water molecules are getting evaporated, where these water molecules will go? Obviously to the air. Okay, that means within the molecules, within the gap of the molecules, that means the intermolecular space of the molecules, the water molecule is going and getting deposited. So suppose this is air, so these are the air molecules. So when this water molecule is moving, it is getting deposited, it is within, it is occupying the space between the air molecules. Okay, but if the within the air molecules, if the water molecule is already there, then how the evaporation will take place, is not it? Okay, so if the humidity, that means the amount of water vapor present in the air, if it is more, then the rate of evaporation decreases. Okay, now wind speed. With the increase in wind speed, the particles of water vapor move away with the wind, decreasing the amount of water vapor in the surrounding. So as the wind speed increases, the particles of water vapor move away with the wind. So as the, suppose in this direction wind is flowing, so here the water particles are getting evaporated, it is getting deposited here in this region. So as the wind is flowing, the water particles are moving away from here to any other region. Okay, now this region is empty from water particles. Now the more water particles from this region can get evaporate and deposit here. So as the wind speed increases, the rate of evaporation also increases. So the particles of water vapor move away with the wind, decreasing the amount of water vapor in the surrounding. As the in the surrounding, as the water vapor decreases, so the rate of evaporation increases. So this is all about today's class. In the next class, we will see how does evaporation cause cooling. Okay. So thank you and have a nice day.